Hi everybody, it's me Waddles, and welcome back to the Everything series. From expanding the inventory to colorful colors to a secret, removed version of the bundle, today we're gonna take a look at everything you need to know about the bundle for the new Minecraft update and beyond. Right now, down below, I've gotta know the main bundle color. Which one is your favorite? You call it down there, tap that like button, and let's go. The origin point of our story is October 3rd, 2020. Debuted by Lydia, Agnes, and Olaf, Minecraft Live 2020 was a fateful day for the bundle because our very first look at it, we got it. Back in this day, the bundle was chunky and large. The UI, I don't even know how to describe it. The UI was like pretty crazy looking. Now, since its inception, the concept with the bundle has been relatively the same. An item that you can have inside of your inventory to condense other items inside of your inventory, the various flowers and grasses perhaps, down into a single spot. Now before we get too far into things, I'd also like to let you know that I'm trying something a little bit different. With this Everything series episode, channel members, there is a world download out for my small, quaint little bundle setup area over here. If you're looking to mess with a bundle in the exact world that I filmed this video in and maybe like come up with some different ideas, then tap the join button and check the community tab for more. Oh, now, traveling back what feels like a million years in time now, the bundle was first added fully to the game in Minecraft and Java Snapshot 20W45A in fall of 2020, and when this thing was first added for a total of one snapshot, the bundle looked like pretty insane looking. Look at how like darkened the texture is and almost more like medieval the texture is, if you will. Now, functionally, let's say I was running around my world. Whoa, I forgot about that bug. That was in the game for so long, the floating grass. I never see that anymore. In-game, let's say I was running around and I picked up like a couple of different things. If I wanted to go ahead and put those things into the bundle, well, once I did that, look at how the items pop up. It's literally just like a shulker box, basically, with like just essentially a list of items. And the bundle item, like, oh, it's so like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of ugly looking back on. Like, oh, what the... Now, jumping ahead to modern era, Minecraft and Java and Bedrock, the bundle, it's essentially going to be identical. All of the information we'll cover today goes the same for both versions. Aesthetically, the bundle, it's been modernized and also colorized as well. Whatever your favorite color is, that's cool, that's fine, but legally, I think the only true answer, the correct one, it's the yellow bundle.
Look at how tasty and juicy that thing looks.
Aesthetics aside, you probably like the idea of not only talking about the bundle, but maybe talking about how to actually get and use the bundle. To create a bundle inside of Minecraft 21.2 or 21.40 and beyond, all you need is a single piece of leather and a single piece of string. Throw them inside of the crafting table on top of each other like that somewhere, and you'll get yourself a bundle. Now, after crafting the bundle and placing it down, we'll take a look at the tooltip right there. The tooltip tells us the bundle can hold a mixed stack of items, up to one single solid stack. And right now, the bundle itself is actually empty. Now, using the bundle is super straightforward. So first things first, craft yourself a bundle. Second thing second, have some things inside of your inventory that you are maybe trying to condense down and, like, say, clean up a little bit. Kind of like they showed off initially at Minecraft Live. One of the great ones for this, well, that would be like those random things you find while you're out exploring your world that maybe are starting to clog up your inventory a little too much. If you tap or click on the bundle and hold it and then use the bundle, like try and place it on the slot of another item, well, then that item will be picked up and put inside of it. Now, with keyboard and mouse, if I go ahead and right click, that item will be dropped right back out of the bundle. Alternatively, if I drop the bundle down inside of the inventory, pick up an item and drop that item onto the bundle, like I'm left clicking on the bundle with that item, the item will be transferred inside of the bundle. Now, pay close attention to the items and the order that they're sitting in as I start to drop things into the bundle. The very first item inside of a bundle will always be in the bottom right corner, or at least initially be in the bottom right corner of that little information pop-up. That's because the order of the bundle starts with the bottom and then slowly goes across each row, eventually ending up at the top. Now, in total, our bundle right here will be able to hold up to a stack of items. But something interesting will happen after I put the first 12 different unique items inside of the bundle. So right now, we've got 3 rows filled up. If I go ahead and add one more item to the bundle, boom, the bottom row is shifted away and turned into a number instead, and a new row will begin to fill up at the top of the bundle. Now, while the bundle is selected inside of my inventory, but not physically picked up, while I'm hovering over the bundle, I get this information box with all of the items. If I go ahead and start scrolling, I can now go ahead and take a look at these individual items. Pay attention to the item icon of the bundle too, because that thing is fire looking as you select different items. Now, let's say maybe I have my bundle right here and I wanted to say, take out the torch flower. Step 1, scroll over to the torch flower. Step 2, with a mouse, right-click on the torch flower, and you had the torch flower. So this is a really cool bundle functionality that wasn't initially there, but yeah, if you can see the item icon, you can take that individual icon, the item, out of the bundle. Once I pull a couple of items out of the bundle and I again have no more than 12 unique items, that number thing goes away and I can see all of the original items in the original order. But that's actually not the only way to get items out of a bundle. Instead of being in the inventory, if I hold the bundle and use the item, I will actually spit out whatever item is in the top of the bundle. So that means next up, if I spit out an item, I'll get a peony, then a propagule, then this orange tulip. Peony, propagule, orange tulip. Once you have an item inside of the bundle, there is technically no way to rearrange those items other than selecting those items, pulling them out of the bundle, placing it back in the bundle at the top, and yeah, just doing things that way. The bundle. Now, the bundle will be able to hold up to a stack of items. However, a stack of items, it's different in many different situations. For example, a log, a stack is 64. A snowball, a stack is 16. A banner pattern, a stack is one single item, and a tool, tragically, one single stack is 1. But real quick, one final thing, the bundle will maintain whatever items are inside of it, even if you leave it inside of a different container and walk away. Even if you take that bundle and drop it on the ground and pick it back up, the items, the order, it is always preserved. So you could use this for, like, say, giving gifts to your friend on the round. So the bundle, one stack of items. You can put almost anything inside of the bundle, but it will always max out at one single stack. So if I wanted to put an axe inside of the bundle, not very efficient, but I could go ahead and do that. If I wanted to put a stack of logs in the bundle, I could do that. Or if I wanted to, I could split that stack of logs, drop them inside of the bundle, and then a stack of snowballs is 16. If I try and drop these inside of the bundle, only 8 will go into a bundle, because that would be the remaining half stack of a full stack of snowballs. If I try and put something inside of the bundle and there's just no room for it, you get that fancy little sound, and you physically cannot add anything else to the bundle at all. Little interesting bundle move right here. Let's say I had a shulker box. I put all of my logs inside the shulker box, and actually, while I'm at it, I put all these other things inside the shulker box too. And I go ahead and break the shulker box, pick that thing back up. Can I put the shulker box with all those items into the bundle? No, I cannot. So actually, the shulker box is the only item in the entire game that will never be able to go into a bundle. Even if that shulker box is fully empty. This never works. Gotta say though, on the note of the shulker box, real quick, the bundle UI, beautiful, fancy. The shulker box, ooh, old and dated. I think it's about time to modernize this buddy, right? So for our rundown as to how the bundle actually works, I think we've covered it all. But as we saw in the intro, aside from my beautiful pixel art, there are some other more beautiful versions of the bundle. Starting out with a plain old classic undyed bundle again. If I want to add a little bit of spice to my life, maybe a new identifier for the bundle, I'm going to need to find myself some dye. Next up, on both Minecraft, Java, and Bedrock Edition, even though this thing is leather, all of the dyeing will be done inside of the crafting table. Place a single dye next to the bundle anywhere in the crafting table, and you'll get yourself a dyed bundle. Now, you cannot mix and match dyes right here. There are 16, 17 if you count the undyed bundle versions of the bundle. If you want a red one, it's red dye. You want a light blue one, it's light blue dye. You want a yellow one, it's yellow dye. Adding additional dyes of the same color will not work either. It'll break the recipe. But just like that, you can go ahead and dye your bundle with a dye. Now, let's say maybe you changed your mind on that color of the bundle. No big deal. Place a new color inside of the crafting table and go ahead and re-dye that bundle. However, one thing you cannot do is once you've dyed a bundle, there is no way to currently wash the dye off of that bundle. It doesn't work. So make sure you're fully committed on those colors. One of the colors that always cracks me up here with the bundle is the brown one, because you take a look at the brown dye, it's the same color as the starting bundle. However, if I dye the bundle brown, it like mysteriously lightens somehow. So, okay, sure. Functionality-wise, a dyed bundle has no difference at all, none whatsoever, compared to the plain old undyed bundle. Only the name has changed. And speaking of the name, of course, you can absolutely rename your bundle, and if you do so, that custom name will sit right up at the top. Naming your bundle is a great functionality that comes into play when you're considering the optimal use for a bundle. So now that we've touched on all of the basics, I think our next move is going to be sliding over to some ideal uses and ideas for the bundle inside of your world. But as always, if you've got a core great one, throw that down below or on the subreddit r/waters. Core survival use number 1, a great idea for the bundle is set yourself up a little bit of a kit situation going on. Now these kits could really be anything. Maybe you consider yourself something of a stoner, or what about a redstone bundle with some of the essential things that you use a lot of, including maybe even something like levers and buttons in here as well. That way, anytime you're trying to say hook redstone up to your glorious diamond block, you've got your redstone bundle, you can pull out all of the redstone, place that redstone down, and then go ahead and put the rest of it back in the inventory, keeping your inventory nice and clear. On the other hand, not much of a mechanic, instead you're a builder. What about bundles themed for specific types of building blocks? If you've ever done yourself a beautiful build in your world, then you know that your inventory gets clogged up with a lot of random things, like a couple of doors, maybe some trap doors, or even more so, you like a specific set of wood. Well, you could go ahead and queue up inside of a bundle a bunch of different variants of that set of wood. So like some doors, some gates, some trap doors, things that you need a little bit of, but not necessarily a whole lot of. Cranking up the overpoweredness to level 7 right here, potions inside of the bundle. Oh, this is crazy. So tragically right now, how it works, if I take a look at a potion, that thing stacks in a single stack of 1. So that means if I wanted to, I guess I could put 1 potion inside of the bundle and have my full stack checked on. Kind of pointless though. Instead, maybe what I'll do is I'll take a brewing stand, maybe a couple empty glass bottles. I'll find water literally anywhere. What about some blaze powder, and then the ingredients for whatever kind of potion that I would want to maybe have a lot of, including redstone, to extend those potions and make them last a little bit longer. If I had a bundle kit set up like this, my flow in survival, I mean, it would look something like this. We go ahead and pull out the brewing stand, the blaze powder, and maybe the glass bottle. Place the brewing stand down. Inside of the brewing stand goes the blaze powder. Maybe I find some water source, maybe 3 water sources, throw those inside of the brewing stand like that. Back over to the bundle, pull out the nether wart, place one up there, let it brew up. In the meantime, all of that goes back in the bundle, and this too. Now I've got a minute, any minute now, so quick reminder, great chance to say tap that like button, subscribe, and if you want to see another Everything series episode soon, what should it be on? Call it down below. Just a little bit of time later, we're back inside of this thing in the bundle. We pull out our proper ingredient, drop it up there, put those back in there, and give it a little bit more time. This thing is going to brew up into 3 night vision potions, and those potions all took up 1 single slot. That's pretty insane, and maybe one of the greatest uses. But those aren't the only uses. Of course, there are so many other uses that you could come up with. For example, your basic survival supplies, maybe keep them queued up inside of the bundle. Maybe consider the order of those supplies too. So then, maybe you're running low on food and you need it in a quick second, you could throw the food out of the bundle right away. And this idea of kits, you could expand this to shulker box organization or just ender chest organization in general as well. Maybe you have quite a few different ideas for kits that you want to use. Well, you could throw all of those different queued up kits inside of your shulker box right here, and then you can condense a whole lot of different ingredients down into a single shulker box, instead of needing a ton of different shulker box kits clogging up multiple spaces in your ender chest for everything. So far so good, but let's go ahead and move away from the kit idea for a second and go over to just maybe standard Minecraft survival. Early game in your world, maybe mid game in your world, whatever. You went out on one of those great long exploration trips to find the cherry blossom biome. At last you found it, but right now my inventory is looking so clogged up of a bunch of random things that I'm trying to collect to bring back home. Well, this is where our friend the bundle comes in, because we could take a ton of these random items right here and condense them down into 1 single slot in the inventory. In fact, the developers, when developing the bundle, they lurked in a bunch of streams, took a look at the streamers, their inventories, took a bunch of screenshots of those inventories and things players were collecting, and found that on average, players could probably condense their inventory down by 9 slots or something pretty crazy like that. I could use my bundle like I've done right here to condense down my entire inventory all the way down into this 1 single little slot. Then I can go back on my exploration journey and continue to pick up even more things. All of the kits are really cool, but to be honest, probably the single best use for the bundle is just keeping that inventory cleared up while you're exploring, building, doing really literally anything. The idea that you can take your bundle and just basically, throw a bunch of random things inside of it and keep it nice and clean, I mean, that's beautiful. And structures come into play big time with the bundle. Take, for example, the trial chambers. This is a structure that you take on and you end up getting a lot of random junk from those spawners, from the vaults, from the pots, wherever. All over this thing. It's a lot of random stuff, but not necessarily a full stack of that random stuff. Well, pull out the bundle, put all of that random stuff inside of the bundle, maybe the new shards or something, and then keep on taking on the rest of the structure with more space in your inventory that you could dream. Another structure that the bundle is essentially made for is a structure that I feel like always gets overlooked nowadays, is the 1.20 Trail of Ruin structure. With all those random blocks that you get from archaeology, you know, a little bit of sharding, as I used to love to say. Well, yeah, you get a bunch of random bricks, you're bricked up, then you get a candle, you're candled up, you know. You get a bunch of random different stuff. This is why I don't do this. You get tons of junk while you're doing this, tons of random junk and not necessarily full stacks. Again, a great opportunity for something like the bundle. Drop the brick in the bundle, the flint, and maybe those shards as well. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people aren't necessarily getting the bundle fully right now, but I think in time, the bundle will be looked back upon as a nice and simple, long-awaited, and much-needed update. And so, everything there is to know about the bundle, from the colors to the uses to some of the best uses, I think that's just about all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode of the Everything series. The series is always ongoing, even if there aren't a lot of episodes in a month, and check out the playlist for all of the episodes that are still relevant. It's been me, Waddles. Channel members, remember, there's this little bundle setup world download out for you now if you want to get up and close and personal with the thing. Tap join to support me a little bit more directly, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Hey, you're still here. That's pretty awesome. So today's secret little thing of the day, this version of the bundle right here, do you recognize it? Well, maybe. I think I've shown it before, but this is an old version of the bundle that didn't ever make it into a full release of the game. However, it was found behind the scenes inside of the game. So it was like here, but at the same time, definitely kind of not.